We're talking about Halo Subterra Plus. It's a below-grade insulation. It has a laminated side on both sides of it. It's crazy durable. It's very easy to cut and install. We spec it for our projects because we can get it pretty much in any thickness, and it matches the R value. So every inch, we're going R5. So sequentially, you go up, you're building up the R value to your desired wall assembly thickness. And in our case, we went with a 3-inch Subterra because we wanted to make the top wall, like the main floor wall, flush with our foundation wall so we can bring our siding down to us. Its durability is crazy. You cannot break this stuff. I mean, try your hardest, you can drive over it, it doesn't matter, you won't break it. It's that durable. So Halo Subterra itself is built-in protection. So it has a laminated fabric on both sides of it, which will keep it dry naturally if you detail it properly. So we tape the seams when we stand it up against the wall. Then it's the system itself. It's got the fabric on one side that you taped, it's against the wall, and then you backfill. It'll keep itself dry for its useful life. Traditional foundations, we used to insulate with XPS, which is an extruded polystyrene. It's that really fragile foam that we're all used to. So it's a closed cell foam. And when we installed it in the past, we had issues where it would break on uneven surfaces, or when you're bringing it down and you hit something, it would just crack. So we kind of moved away from XPS to an EPS foam with the Halo Subterra. When you're putting on an EPS or an XPS product on a foundation, you're putting something on that's going to degrade in value, R value over its life. It has a thermal drift property defect built into it technically. So its long-term life actually loses R value. And you're also putting something down there that doesn't have the ability to dry out and breathe and maintain its R value. So XPS product kind of was the original way of insulating a foundation from the outside, but we've progressed, and Halo Subterra is a natural progression to a basement foundation insulation. I think that actually kind of hit it right, because that was the only product we had. The XPS was the only way we would insulate a foundation. And then when Halo Subterra came out, it was the obvious next step, because it's durable, it's easy to cut, it's actually more cost effective, and it maintains its R value over its life. The Subterra Plus is an EPS product, or now we're calling it graphite polystyrene. It's laminated with the fabric on both sides. And what's that doing is it's creating a really great product and increasing its durability. So when you take a Subterra panel and you put it against waterproofing, it's naturally going to protect it from any punctures. So if you just know the Subterra product itself, it's super durable, right? You can't break it. The only way to break it is to cut it with a knife or puncture it with some sort of sharp hammer, right? Like that's the only way to puncture it. So what it's doing is it's protecting your waterproofing, your Resisto or your blueskin or whatever membrane you're putting on first, and it's acting as a protection board. We're trying to build as close to a net zero home as possible, or as we call them now, passive LEED houses. Everyone's coined it as. But we didn't want to go through the whole trouble of certifying it and wasting our clients' money. We wanted to do as cost effectively as possible to get to that. So we're looking for an R40 wall assembly throughout. That includes the foundation. So we're taking an R24 Logix block and adding 3 inches foam to the outside of that. We're trying to get to an R40 essentially. And that's why we spec'd the 3-inch Subterra. We fastened the Subterra to our foundation with PL glue. It comes in a tube, we all know that product. Put it on the wall, put your board against it, and then above grade we used a big plastic washer and long structural screws to go through and screw into our webs, and that'll hold it on when we backfill. And that's the process. When you're choosing your foundation insulation, like obviously you don't want to have wastage, right? You want to choose a product that won't be easily broken on site. With Halo Subterra, it comes pre-laminated with a fabric on both sides. The stuff is crazy durable, so no matter what gust of wind, won't break it, right? You pick it up, you bring it down to your foundation, and you install it, you can't break it. You can cut it with a knife, you need a knife to cut it and install it, and that's about it. We stood their sheets up, we took a typical OFA knife, we cut it both sides, snap it, stand it, tape it, and put screws into the top above grade. We chose it because its durability, its ease of install. You can cut it on site, stand it, tape it, glue it. It's awesome.